What's up, everybody? Welcome to another race analysis presented by Newtype Cycling. I'm your host, Jared. We're at the Herbalife Criterium here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Real quick, wanted to put in a shameless plug. If you guys are on Instagram, feel free to follow us at Newtype Cycling. That's newtype.cycling. We'll post any of our dumb, funny photos from any crits that we do, gravel races that we do, and you can also find short snippets that don't make it into the race footage. Jumping into the action, we're about 5 minutes into this 30-minute crit. This is the Cat 4-5 race. You guys are familiar with this track. I know a bunch of people have been posting cool race analysis videos on it. We'll give you our perspective. I've got my teammate Spencer up here in front of me. His footage did not make the cut this time. He had a little bit of technical difficulties. It happens. But again, 5 minutes in, I'm feeling pretty good. Nothing's really happened. And I'm like, yo, let's get it down. Do a small little burst attack. Through this corner, I check my shoulders, see if anybody's chasing me. Feeling pretty good. I was really wanting to maintain my wattage right here and not blow up so soon. So I kind of back it down just a fuzz right here. And if you look, we've got a pretty substantial crosswind in this section of the track as well. And check rear cam. They catch me pretty quick. But we do, line up the field, string it out a little bit, get people on their toes. It was a good, first flyer to kind of get everybody's attention and let everybody know, hey, we're out here to race and have a good time. But I'm out here on the front, again, trying to conserve my energy. I want to see what people are willing to do tonight, because coming back on this, this will be my second race in 2 weeks. Still feeling not 100% fitness level. Slowly getting back onto those training rides during the week and on the weekends, getting those long rides in, zone 2 stuff. But it's always fun to go out in the front early in the race, just so you've got plenty of time later in the event to kind of recover and stuff like that. So I believe this field is about 25 to 30 riders, if I'm not mistaken. Again, it's Cat 4-5. But right on time, rear cam, boom. Spencer, teammate, does a counter when I start letting up on the front, and he goes and does a flyer on his own. And I kind of start playing the blocking game. I've got a guy on my right now. I don't, gutter him, but I definitely kind of try and ramp up just a little bit just to get in front of him. But then, boom, people smell that what's coming, and this guy goes on and chases him down. So I give Spencer a little shout, let him know he's got a rider coming up. But this, in my opinion, was a really good strategy for him and this guy maybe to go off the front. I know Spencer would probably say otherwise, but, I think he's got the fitness to hang out there a little bit. And then coming through this section right here, you've got guys filling in that really feel threatened by that, and so they want to close it down. But, look at me. I'm not closing that up. I'm letting other guys fill in. I've done my work on the front, so we'll let them handle that and deal with that cleanup for now. But I love this course. The concrete surface is so sticky, and so you can just haul around these flat corners, and there's really no dangerous or sketchy corner or anything like that. Jumping ahead in the action. So as soon as Spencer got caught off the front, the kid in the yellow and red kit, red helmet, countered. And so he went off the front for, it was almost like 9 minutes that we left him off and just hanging out in front of there. No, check that. It was about 5 minutes that we left him on the front doing that. And so he was out there for a really long time solo, and my guess is, and I submit to this plan too, is like let him hang out there a little bit and use up his energy, not using the draft like we are, and see what happens. So, but yeah, it was super fun. Can't wait for the next time we hit this course. The alternating racetracks is super fun because you sometimes forget your strategies you did the week before or the bye week before that, and so it's super cool. But you can see checking over shoulder And it's only been a few laps, and he's ready to rock and roll again. So it's super fun. I mean, these guys keep attacking and counterattacking. It made for a really fun 4-5 race. But the pace ramped up a lot. It wasn't super surgy, like you'd normally get with the 4-5 race, but it definitely was fast, and I took a beating. I mean, I'm running 194 BPM right now. I'd rather be in the 180s to feel a lot more comfortable coming into these like closing laps, because now we're 3 laps to go, and I'm like hurting really bad. And so I'm just trying to survive and catch wheels. I don't do a super good job at it, but we'll let these last 3 laps roll out. Right now I'm chatting with Spencer. I'm letting him know, hey, there's a guy that normally does like a 2-lap to go flyer, and he tries to stick it. And I called it perfectly. If you look in the rear cam, here he comes. He's going to be on our right side coming up the hill. Riders check their shoulder, and so we've got to cover this. And that's this guy's MO, and that's what he does, which I think is super cool, to try and do that every single race and try and do a solo break right at the end. I think it'll stick for him one day. It's going to be super cool. But pace is ramping up. People want to cover that. I'm letting people fill in a little bit. My heart rate's way too high. I don't know if it's just lack of fitness and I can't get my heart rate back down or what it is. But it's been like that for about 2 weeks, which still working on getting those fitness rides in during the week to help with that heart rate and recovery. I'm letting too big of a gap get right here. But luckily that corner's super flowy, and you have a slight tailwind coming through it, and so you can either kind of coast through it and still make up ground. So we end up catching the guy that tried to go on the flyer, and he's up on the front, and he was on the front for about half that lap right there. And as soon as that happens, the young kid in the yellow and red that had been off the front for about 5 minutes during the middle of the race, he's on the left right there. He goes on an attack. And you've got the gentleman in the red kit up on the front. He's kind of leading the charge. Well, this kid in the yellow and red kit just smashes it all the way through this left turn. And I don't think a lot of people are ready for it. You've got the guy on the front with this British kit who had already been on the front doing a pull. The guy in the red kit, oh, check this right here. Guys dropped a chain. Yeah, man, that was super scary. He dropped a chain, and it was right in the middle of a corner, so it's kind of like you can go either way. And unfortunately, like, he slowed down, and I got right next to him just at the worst moment. I had to yell at him a little bit, but after the race, we ended up talking it out and coming to an agreement. So it happens, man. That stuff's super scary. I was terrified. That's why I was like hollering and stuff. But coming to 2 to go right here, boom, look up in the front left right there, going up the hill. That's the kid who's got the break. He just kept smashing it through that whole section while I was dealing with a mechanical on the track. He just kept going, and it honestly took my attention away from it. To cover that, or like to maybe put pressure on these guys up front to cover that. Coming to the bell lap right now, and I'm hurting. I'm at 197. My max is 202, so I'm like on the rivet right now, and the pace just gets super high. I kind of like lose focus right here coming out of this left-hander, and I let a gap come, and so I have to put in a slight dig, and it's just not in the cards for me today, which is okay. I like this move right here, coming with the side. The wind is against me, but I still moved up fairly good. It was just we ended up getting stacked coming into this left-hander, this long left-hander, and I ended up kind of not losing all the positions I just made right there, but it definitely just like stretched back out. I should have been on a wheel a lot quicker right here, and then boom, guy up in the red kit ramps his speed up. And so we're cruising through this corner. Look up in the front left. That kid's got it, man. He's got the breakaway. We ain't catching him. So here comes a sprint for everybody. I give it all I got. I maintain a couple positions, ends up creeping up the ways. I think I end up, it's like a real close between 6th and 7th right here. So super fun. Not my day. But either way, learn some lessons and trying to get better next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you on the next one.
Mission.